What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Philadelphia 76ers, and we're going to be talking about how this team continues to make power moves, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, one of the main goals for the Philadelphia 76ers right now is to win an NBA championship, and after falling short in the 2022 NBA playoffs, it was very clear that they needed to add a little bit more to the roster. Now, they didn't need to bring in another superstar or another all-star, just some more quality role pieces, because they already have two stars and Joel Embiid and James Harden, and then they have a developing young star in Tyrese Maxey. So the Philadelphia 76ers, they just need more quality role players, and so far this offseason they have done a great job of adding that to the team. And they started this offseason off with a bang by picking up PJ Tucker, and this is my personal favorite pickup from this Philadelphia 76ers so far in this offseason, because I feel like PJ Tucker is one of those guys that you would love to have on any NBA team contending for a championship. Now, PJ Tucker, he is one of those players that brings so much to the game of basketball, but it will never show up on the stat sheet. And I think he's going to bring a new element to the Philadelphia 76ers that they didn't have last season, and that's a glue guy. And when I say a glue guy, one of those players that's going to take on the toughest defensive assignment every night. He's going to lay his life on the line by diving for loose balls and boxing out, going for offensive rebounds, and he's just going to set screens wherever he needs to set them. And that's PJ Tucker, and I think he's going to be adding that element to the 76ers next season. He does a great job on the defensive side of the ball. Over these last 3, 4, 5 years, he has shown the ability to guard 1 through 5. He can stay up in front of the opposing team's point guard, and he can also bang down low with their center, and he can guard everything in between. So he is going to give them some much needed help on the defensive side of the ball, and he's very solid on offense as well. PJ Tucker is one of those players that's always at the right place at the right time, whether it's under the rim for a layup or standing wide open in the corner for a three-point shot. And that's where his bread and butter is. Over the last 3 or 4 years, he's always top 5 in three-point percentage, because he rarely ever misses that corner three ball. So PJ Tucker, I feel like he's a very solid pickup, especially for a team like the Philadelphia 76ers, who's trying to win a championship. And before we go any further in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, a digital security company called Aura. And me personally, I've had the app for 2 days now, and it's already been super beneficial to me. As soon as I created my account and logged in, Aura notified me about 6 of my passwords being leaked to the dark web. And what I love about this app is that it was very easy for me to identify what those 6 passwords were, and I was able to change them immediately. And the cool thing about Aura is that they don't just monitor leaked passwords, but they also keep an eye on your email, your social security number, and your credit card. They make sure none of these things are surfacing on the dark web, and if they do find anything, they send a notification to your phone or your email, so you can get things taken care of as soon as possible. And what I love about this app is that it's very convenient, but it's also super cool and easy to use. And thanks to my partnership with Aura, you and your family can get a free 14-day trial to try the app for yourself and make sure that any of your information is not out on the dark web. All you have to do is go to aura.com/champion, and that link will also be in the description and in the comments section. Thank you guys for listening, and now we can get back to the video. Now, the Sixers, they didn't just stop with PJ Tucker, but they also brought in Deanthony Melton, which is a very underrated pickup. And if you aren't a Memphis Grizzlies fan, you probably don't know too much about Deanthony Melton, but he is pretty solid, and he's going to bring some much needed depth to the second unit of the Philadelphia 76ers. And he's really good on the defensive side of the ball. Now, he has like a crazy 6'10" wingspan, and I believe he stands at like 6'2", 6'3". So he has some tremendous length for his size, but he is a great on-ball defender. He does a great job of putting relentless pressure on the opposing team's point guard. And what I like about Deanthony Melton, whenever he's not engaged on the ball, he still plays great help defense, and he gets a lot of easy steals in the passing lanes. And we know what happens when you get those steals. They lead to easy transition buckets. So could you imagine with the Philadelphia 76ers second unit, when they have two elite perimeter defenders like Matisse Thybulle and Deanthony Melton? That's going to be big time. And on the offensive side of the ball, he gives you a little bit of everything. He excelled at knocking down his catch and shoot threes with the Memphis Grizzlies last season. He shot at a 40% clip on catch and shoot threes, and he can also put the basketball on the floor and create for himself. That's an area he really improved on last season. He was able to get to the mid-range area or all the way to the rim, and I think his offensive versatility is very important, especially when he's going to be playing alongside guys like Tyrese Maxey, James Harden. These are guys who love to have the ball in their hands, and they can do so many things with it. So for them to be successful, you need to have guys that can be effective without the basketball in their hands. So having Deanthony Melton, he's going to be able to play alongside those guys and be productive. And then you can look at whenever James Harden or Tyrese Maxey is not on the court for the Philadelphia 76ers, Deanthony Melton, he still has that ability to put the ball on the floor and create for himself. So I think this is a great pickup for the Philadelphia 76ers. Recently, the Philadelphia 76ers, they've made another free agency pickup. They've signed Montrezl Harrell to a 2-year deal, and there's two reasons to why I love this deal for the Philadelphia 76ers. Number one, it fills the void at the backup center position, and number two, Montrezl Harrell is a pretty decent basketball player, and looking at his career, he's had some really good years, especially in the year 2019-2020 with the Los Angeles Clippers. And Coach Doc Rivers was coaching him at the time. His best year of his career, he won the Sixth Man of the Year award. And over the last 2 seasons, Montrezl Harrell, he hasn't really looked like himself, but I feel like he was in some dysfunctional environments with the Washington Wizards, with the Charlotte Hornets, and the Los Angeles Lakers. And I think that kind of affected his play on the court. And I feel like he's one of those players where the better the team and the better the environment, the better that he performs. And I love that he's had experience with Doc Rivers and James Harden. And we look at his game, he's going to be able to get inserted into this team really easily because his game is not complex. You don't need to run plays for him. He's great at rim running. He's like an Energizer bunny. He's going to play very hard. He's going to box out on both sides of the ball. He has a nice blend of speed and power, and he's low-key skilled too. He has some face-up game. He can put the ball on the floor, and he can make a move on bigger defenders. So I feel like this is a really good pickup for the Philadelphia 76ers, and their second unit is starting to look better and better by the day. With that being said, I think the 3 additions of PJ Tucker, Deanthony Melton, and Montrezl Harrell, I think these were all great moves by the Philadelphia 76ers, and I love the team that they're pitting around Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and Joel Embiid. I feel like they're going to be able to seriously contend in the Eastern Conference next season. And that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, and then comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man. And that's curtains.